Every day I get on the internet and I come across a new content creator, a new influencer, a new person getting G'd. And it's out of pocket. I'm tired of it. So we're collecting these moments, not to shame brands, not to attack creators, but to break down what happened, to compare experiences and to figure out what's good business. Because the more we share our stories and recognize good business from bad business and negotiate better deals, we can build a higher standard for how we show up. Welcome to Out of Pocket. Let's check out what's on today's deal menu. As per the contract. As per the contract. You gotta understand, you gotta have them words. You know what I'm talking about? As per the contract. I'm being funny, but this is Shanice Ball. Ball nigga, ball. I had to. Your name is Ball. On top of that, not my ball. You feel me? That's what the young kids is saying. That's like my joint. That's like my girl. Boo, 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 boo. Miss Ball, appreciate your sharing this, putting it out there. Let's get into this video.
Nothing that we're bound to based on what you guys signed because of the fact that that contract didn't come from us.
It didn't come from y'all. Where it came from? What's going on? Hold on. Why y'all playing? I just told y'all this segment was as per my last email. Don't play with Miss Ball. But guess what? She about to let y'all know. Let's go. Let's get it.
We cannot legally have two different contracts that state two different things where talent is under the impression that we're all getting paid one thing and then a month or two go by and it's, oh, mistake on our, that wouldn't hold up in the court of law.
It's not going to hold up in the court of law because guess what? For contract law, both parties have to be aware of what's on the contract. And if you're doing contracts, you should know this. Why? Because that means all the information that is pertinent to you and what you're doing should be available to you. But you got to read your contracts and you got to understand your contracts. And my good sis did. You feel me? Why? Because she is checking her. Let's get into the clip.
The numbers and breakdown, I guess, makes sense, but the integrity of the contracts differentiate.
The integrity of the contracts differentiate. I don't know if I said that right. Remember, you guys, I went to school in the Bronx. But I know the definitions and I know the words. And what my good sis is saying is, as per the contract, if it is not this, the contract is null and void, and the contract seems to be null and void. It seems to be that there's a mistake because this contract is saying one thing and this other one is saying another. And the integrity of the first one is the one that we're going to go with. But she's going to explain to you guys.
Don't,
Right.
especially since you were the one that really was sending the contracts to us all. According to the top of the contract, it literally states, in the event of a conflict between the cover page and the terms and conditions, the cover page shall prevail. The cover page is the document that states a total of $9,300. So that's why I'm saying we have a now legal breach of contract.
Did y'all hear that? We have a legal breach of contract and she's talking to the people about it. Now, she's not getting mad. She's not saying, I don't deserve this. They raped, they did this. No, my good sis is saying, I signed for this and you guys aren't honoring what I signed for. And if we have to go to court, I'm willing to go to court because you guys are not doing good business. You guys are saying one thing on the contract and doing another thing. And I'm under the impression of the contract. So if you guys don't want to stick to the contract, I'll be taking my services to, what kind of course you got to go to fix this? I don't know. Equity, you got to go to equity court to fix this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't have all the answers right at the top of my head. What do you think? I'm some kind of, what? Maven or some shit? I don't know. I didn't write anything down either. This is all going off of the top of my melon. I've seen these videos maybe once prior. But my good sis, Miss Ball, Shanice. Is it Shanice? Shanice, my good sis, Shanice Ball. We appreciate you, and we're going to let you finish. You feel me? Go ahead.
I would also just like to encourage just another call with them as well. That way, like, we can also chat with them too.
Yeah, sure. I'll
Sure.
let him know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, babes. And guess what? We about to get a part 2 because we not finished. She about to tell y'all all of the nitty gritty of what you thought I was gonna be telling. What I'm gonna be telling. What's the next video, my girl? I'm still there. Part 2.
So, you want to know what happened?
What happened?
You guys, I did not
What happened? Let us know what happened because she about to tell us.
expect my last video to blow up the way it did, but 2 million views?
2 M's. Why 2 M's? Because how many people are going through what you're going through that don't have your information? How many people are going through what you're going through that would have got G'd? How many people are going through what you're going through and had no clue that they could even challenge the people that they were working for? How many people that already went through what you went through got G'd? Got their money stolen from them? Yeah, we appreciate you, my good sis.
Wow. And
Hold on, let me get you another pause. Yo, as I'm talking about content creators knowing the business that they in, that sound, that fuck. Yo, whoever made that fuck sound, whoever made that fuck sound, you should have made that like a music clip. If you make sounds, this is a little tidbit. I'm going on a side quest real quick. On the internet, there's a bunch of sounds that people make, and those we don't know who those people are. We don't know if they got credit for them, but I am more than certain words and certain things you could get your money for it, because these things are like they some of the content go to the syncing platforms where you can prove that you made this sound. You could prove all this. So now I don't know that work, and I'm gonna find out as we continue to go along. I'm gonna have those answers for you. But that fuck sound went platinum in the hood 100 million times. If you made that sound, I feel bad for you, my boy, because the shit's everywhere, and I know you ain't getting $1 from it. Maybe you are. I don't know. But let's get back into the video.
me what
Ms.
happened,
Ball.
so I'm gonna tell you. So about 2 years ago, I booked a commercial that was actually out of the country. 4 days before we left, production starts sending paperwork to get us all started, but specifically 2 contracts. The first contract was from production, and it broke down all the money that we would be getting. Per diem, your travel dates, your fitting dates, you get paid for those days. The total compensation that we would receive was $7,500. About a day or 2 before we left, we got another contract from production, but this time it was from the client, and it stated a total of $9,300. I remember Talon and I talking about it like, we're all gonna get paid more,
Yeah.
we're gonna get paid more. We were so excited.
Like that, you know what I'm talking about? Getting money. So, if you guys wasn't following, I'm gonna repeat. The first contract that she got was for 7,600, right? I'm talking to myself. What's going on? What's up, guys? Cam. Yeah. So the first amount of money that she got for the contract was 73,000. The next amount of money that the client said that they were going to give them was 93. Right, 93,000. And that's what the argument was over. That's what the discrepancy was over. The first contract said the first amount. Then when the client hit them up, they said the second amount. So they should have gotten that adjusted amount. Let's continue to talk about what my sis is talking about. Let's continue to listen to my sis.
Total of $9,300. I remember Talon and I talking about it like, we're all gonna get paid more, we're gonna get paid more. We were so excited, and we had the best time shooting our commercial. We fly back from the job, and 2 months later, we start receiving checks. A couple of talents start reaching out to me to show me their checks, and
Okay, my talent, first of all, I appreciate that my good sis is cooking. So, couple of her co-stars or her talent, she said, they start getting money and it's short. The money's short. So what's going on? She all right, your money's short, your money's short. You think y'all gonna short me too? Nah. Let's finish hearing what my girl got to say.
wonky. I hadn't gotten my check yet at this time, but I definitely was pushing for my talent to reach out to their agent to figure out what was going on. They came back and basically said that some type of math breakdown that made no sense, but their agent didn't push for them, so they kind of just dealt with it. So I basically took it upon myself to figure out what was going on with the math.
Because the math ain't mathing, and we're going to figure it out. You know what I'm talking about? We need more content creators to figure it out. Don't just take that money because they're robbing us. They're robbing us. They robbed, how many people was on the cash? He said 8? 8 people. They robbed 8 people, $2,000 each. Y'all do the math on that if the math ain't mathing, basically. Let's finish up. She about to close out.
Asked my agent to set up a meeting with production, and that was the conversation you guys heard. 2 things I want to point out in the video. The first, she said that they couldn't be held liable because that contract didn't come from them. Well,
bullcrap, because the contract did come from them. Who else it came from? This is them playing on your not knowing. This is them playing on your ignorance. But guess what? My good sis, she went, asked her friends. She knew some stuff, right? She got the information. She went out and did a little bit of her research to guess what? To challenge them, to say, oh no. That's not how this works. Y'all listen to me. Y'all let her tell y'all.
she didn't read her client's contract because in that contract, it said something about if there's any issues between this contract and with production, you can take it up with production.
And guess what she did? Taking it up with production. So, as per this contract, it said if there's any issues with money, take it up with production. And in this contract, it didn't say that. And the people thought that my good sis didn't read it. I wonder. Were they trying? Yeah, that's fine. I wonder yeah, you can start.
Was bound. Another thing you guys said was how calm and composed I was. And trust me, that takes a lot of practice. I read the contracts over and over and over. I highlighted things that stuck out that I wanted to bring up in the meeting. I actually consulted with some of my lawyer friends just to make sure that I was understanding certain clauses correctly.
Guess what? She went and talked to people that knew. She went and got the information. She went and got to the bottom of it. That's what the work that every one of y'all should be doing anytime the math don't math, but we don't. We let them play in our face. We let them go in our pocket and take the little bit of coins that we making, and they're taking your money. They're pocketing your money. Somebody on that production team would have got a good Birkin or some good Balenciagas off of they mess up. You dig? And why? When it's my money and I want it now. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, I appreciate you, my good sis, Miss Shanice Ball. I appreciate you asking your lawyer friends. I appreciate you going to the bottom and getting to the bottom of this, because you know why? They didn't play in your face. You know what I'm talking about? As per my last email, y'all not. You dig? Let's finish up.
So for those of you who feel like you can't stick up for yourself, I promise you can.
That's right. Yes, you absolutely can. Yes, you absolutely can. And guess what? We here to reinforce it at that. You dig? We here to reinforce that. What I reinforce again? Protecting yourself. Protect yourself. Sorry. All right. Was that the last one?
All you have to do is just be prepared. So by the end of the call, I was really advocating for a call with the client now because she was saying that they had no responsibility basically to us because that contract didn't come from them. Okay, then let's talk to the client. But magically, 2 days later, we get an email from production that basically says, oh, everyone, there was a payroll error. Everyone's going to get an additional $600 check. Ironic.
You said ironic, my good sis? You meant iconic? That's what you meant to say? Iconic. Because this is iconic. You feel me? You got your whole crew paid, the extra money that they stole from them. The word was iconic. It's ironic that they gave y'all the money. And they was acting like they ain't have it. You know what I'm talking about? And on that note, you feel me? I'm going to end it out on here. Make sure you doing your due diligence. Make sure you check your contracts. Make sure you understand what you signed up for. And don't be afraid to Ask questions and challenge. And when they playing with your money, do not allow anybody to play with your coin, to play with your dollars. You know what I'm talking about? That was this week's out of pocket moments. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Have you seen deals like this? If you did, send them through. Have you been offered something even crazier than what we shared with you today? Let us know in the comments below. Or do you think this one was actually fair? Drop your experiences in the comments so we could compare notes. The goal is to build a shared understanding of what's good business, what good business deal looks like, and what bad business deals look like, and to create a better standard for us. Until next time, keep your contracts close and your receipts closer. It's your boy CEO Fox, Later Days. This is Out of Pocket.